What's going on, guys? Today, we're going to be roasting Prince Donnell.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Yeah, come get this smoke, bro. His wife was celibate before they met.
That's what she said.
So yeah, we're going to talk about that right now.
Brim low on my fitted, dreams has always been vivid. I'm just trying to go get it, catch me right around and I'm ignorant, I'm just rolling.
So why am I exposing Prince Donnell? It's simple. He has to get the smoke because of this alleged scam he's involved in. My lady was interested in buying that alakazam app service, which costs $2,000 to start. Oh, Shay.
Stop it, show.
Bro, $2,000?
I'm broke.
The reason I told my lady not to do it was simple. When you start a business, you want to be in control of that platform, so no one can take that from you. I have a Patreon, but I don't promote it because I'm planning to build my own site once you guys start signing up. But if you're doing business on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or Patreon, you can get canceled without notice. And there's nothing you can do about this. But back to you, Donnell. I was proud of y'all. I had faith in you. And you guys let me down.
Allegedly.
So now, allegedly, you gotta get this work.
Hold up. We gonna get this work.
Bro, how you gonna steal from people that look like us? If these allegations are true, you and Dr. Umar Johnson don't deserve to go to jail. No. That's too easy. What you deserve is for guys like me to fly to Philly and come see you every time you make a public appearance. And bro, trust me, for $2,000, we definitely would have had a conversation in person.
I'll whoop your ass.
Now on to this work.
So a lot of dudes hit me up and they be like, yo, Don, when is it that you know a woman you've met is capable of being your wife? Right? And I started to think back and I said, the day I knew that Dana was going to be my wife was when I respected her enough to tell her the truth when I didn't have to. When she knew nothing about things that I've done in the dark, that I decided to bring the light anyway because I didn't want to start our relationship off with a lie.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying?
Now, me and Dana, we met on October 11th, 2015, right? I remember that like it was yesterday. And I want to say we went on about 2 dates and everything, talking and everything, but we never actually solidified our relationship. You know, we were going back and forth. Not to mention, she was long distance at the time over in New York. I'm in Philly. It was a 2-hour drive. You know, she had the ability and flexibility as an entrepreneur to come see me, but it was kind of hard because I worked every single day at the bank. You know what I'm saying? But we tried to make it work. So I want to say about a month into us talking to each other, she had asked me like, yo, Don, are you dating? Are you seeing any other women right now? And I'm like, nah. Of course, they all do say, nah, I ain't seen nobody else. But low key, you know what I'm saying? You still doing your thing.
Oh, so you lied.
Plus, the long distance made it easy for me to do my dirt without somebody having to see what I'm doing. You know, I have my own apartment and everything, so I'm free. So what ended up happening was, I remember it was one night I had went out to dinner with this chick, you know, that I was talking to, still talking to around the time I was still talking to Dana, whatever. Dana's calling me. I just told her I'm out with a friend. Yo, I'm out with a friend right now. You know, I'm just hanging out with my boy, you know, after work, blah, blah, blah. But I'm really hanging out with the chick, whatever. So what's crazy is that same night, took the chick back to my apartment and I smashed her. You know what I'm saying? The same thing I would have done that was in my nature. Not to mention Dana, she told me up front that she was celibate as well.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I've had one night stands with women that swore they were celibate. And they always tell me how they make you guys wait. Now, are there women that decide to become celibate for spiritual reasons? Absolutely. I'm not talking about all women. But if a woman tells you she's celibate, you should find out why. Because some girls use being celibate like that old ass 90-day rule, which we all know never worked. Right, Steve?
Damn right.
Some of these ladies are just trying to do it to get their lives together, which is fine, but do that shit on your own time. What? I got shit to do. And by shit, I mean that WAP. Shit is crazy, y'all. It's really women out here having hot girl summers and trying to have Virgin Mary winners.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
And again, I'm not talking about you high-valued women. I got love for y'all.
So we wasn't having sex whatsoever, and no plans of that until marriage. So for me, it was like that wasn't something I even told her I agreed with at the time. I was still just, you know what, I like her, but I'm doing my dirt right here.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Seems like you got some game, but I think you wifed the wrong girl. And I'ma just state facts because I love
Facts.
Allegedly, your wife was a former party girl. She allegedly used to be a front desk host at a strip club where she made $500 a night. O'Shea.
Stop the show again.
That's her story. But I don't know a bartender making that much money a night, let alone a front desk host. But I'm speculating.
Allegedly.
I went through her IG, and bro, I'ma be honest with you. I don't know where to start. Hanging with Meek Mills, still having pictures up of her ex till this day, who she was with 18 months before y'all met, followed by a young thug trying to shoot his shot, and a whole bunch of other celebs. She's too mixy for me. And her funniest post was her high school crush post, which is still up till this day. It reads, "How is it that we went to high school together and you weren't my boyfriend? I dated the whole football team. Oh, Aaron Clark. Hashtag joking. Hashtag chill out, y'all be trying to crucify me. Hashtag I did date 2 of them though." Bro,
She belongs to the streets.
who makes jokes about being a team player? The only post funnier than that one is the post where she's calling you her bestie. And I'm not saying she's a hoe. I hope for your sake she's just mixy, aka too fucking friendly. But bro, be honest. I promise I won't tell nobody. Did she make you wait 90 days? Or did you just start getting it after you got married?
So we wasn't having sex whatsoever, and no plans of that until marriage. So for me, it was like that wasn't something I even told her I agreed with at the time. I was still just, you know what, I like her, but I'm doing my dirt right here.
According to this post, you was just the bestie, the best friend.
What's funny is it's something about a woman's intuition too, and knowing that your habits change to where she didn't talk to me that night, so she just started asking questions the following morning, like, "What you do last night?" "Oh, I ain't nothing. I was just hanging out. I fell asleep early." You know how it be, you know what I'm saying? And plus, you know nothing, so I had the ability to lie. So I remember it was about, and God is so funny, man, the way this thing works, right? And I'm actually never told nobody this story. Like maybe 1 or 2 people know, like my closest friends. I'm going to get my hair cut on a Saturday morning. Dana came down to Philadelphia to hang out with me for the day. She stayed at the apartment while I went to go get my hair cut. Now, you know, iPhones and iPads and all that, they be connected. And I forgot that when a text message gets sent to your iPhone, if your iPad connected, it gets sent to that joint too. So I'm at the barbershop thinking that I'm cool. The chick texts me talking about some, just talking to me. We're just having basic conversation. And then she's like, when we linking up again, blah, blah, blah. Whole spill. I'm texting her back because I'm thinking it's cool. Dana's at my apartment reading the text messages from the iPad because it was sitting right there on my couch. So I don't know this yet. After I get done getting my haircut, whatever, I drive back to the apartment, which is like 5 minutes away. I come down the steps, unlock the door. She is leaving, but I don't think she expected to see me at the door. You feel me? Because she was trying to skate, whatever. So she was like, "Yo, you know, I just gotta get out of here. You know, I got an emergency going on, whatever." Gave me a big hug and she bounced. You know what I'm saying? After she bounced, I'm like, that was odd. I thought we were spending the day together. She ain't telling me about no emergencies. So then I ended up looking around, looked at my couch, see that the iPad was open. I see all the messages. I'm like, oh. It didn't actually incriminate me. You feel me? Because I didn't say that I ever had sex with the shorty. Just I was talking to her too, so it didn't incriminate me. You feel me? But then I didn't hear from Dana in like 4 or 5 days. I'm calling her and everything, not hit me back, and I'm like, damn, this is crazy. So finally, she texted me about 5 days later and was like, yo, I want to talk to you as long as you're willing to tell me the truth about what's going on, whatever. I'm like, all right, bet. We had a FaceTime conversation. I remember that night like it was yesterday. It was like 8 o'clock p.m. I'm laying on my bed talking to her. Heart is racing because I'm like, damn, yo, I had a decision I had to make at that time. If I really wanted to move forward with her, I had to tell her the full truth, although I didn't have to because she didn't know. Or I could just keep going with the lie and continue to not respect her. But obviously a woman that you don't respect is never one that you should marry to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll just keep doing dirt, and obviously you shouldn't be doing dirt to your wife. You know, so my heart was really racing because it was that moment of me having to operate in the truth.
Bro, you getting caught and telling the truth is not the same as you randomly coming out and telling the truth. Especially because if you're dealing with a smart girl, which I believe Dana is, she will see right through the lies. And you knew that.
So I remember we was on the call, we talking and everything like that. Then I finally just was like, yo, this is a woman that I really want to be with, man. That's the moment I knew. And I said to her, I'm like, yo, you know what? I really want to be in a relationship with you. I really like you. I enjoy your energy, the foundations that you stand on. You want to push me to be great. Not to mention you're celibate and you want to protect yourself to marriage. Like, I've never had a woman ever tell me that before a day in her life. Normally, it was easy for me to just have sex with women. But for her, it was like, no, sir. So to me, that was like such a turn on. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I told her, I'm like, yo, I'll be honest with you. I had sex with another girl and I was talking to her, you know, but I don't want to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not me.
Bro, she G'd you. I think I'm celibate is one of my top funniest girl lines. Number 1, I don't give head. Number 2, I'm a virgin. Number 3, I don't normally do this on the first date. Number 4, I love you. And number 5, I'm celibate. Come on, bro.
Come on, son.
Fellas, comment down below if you got any more to add. I may make a video on that.
I wanna be with you, you know. And from this day moving forward, if you're willing to be in a real relationship, a full-blown relationship, I'm cutting all of that stuff off. We're not doing it no more. I'm done. I'm not playing those games. I want to be committed, whatever. So there was a whole heated conversation on the phone. It didn't turn out the way I thought it would. With me telling the truth, because many times telling the truth never turns out the way you thought it would, because it's going to hurt the person on the other end, you know, because of your actions or however you feel. So whatever, we hung up the phone. I didn't talk to her again for another week and a half, 2 weeks. So I'm thinking at this point the relationship is done, but I told the truth, so at least it was off of my conscience. I want to say 3-4 days after that was the moment where I literally had got to my knees and I prayed to God, yo, God, please, if you just gave me another chance, just one more chance, please, I'm not going to mess this one up. Because for whatever reason, it was so hard for me to connect with a woman and really be like in a very committed relationship. But every relationship that I've been in, I can honestly say that I've done my dirt or I cheated in one way, shape, or form. And it was just with this particular woman, like, that I didn't want to do that no more. And I was just praying to God, please just help me to be strong. Please help me to go through this stage of celibacy, because I know that's the only way I'm going to be with her. Like, help me to fight that temptation that I'm dealing with, please. And I remember I was praying and I'm like, yo, I don't want to do this no more. Right after I made that promise and I said, God, I'm changing my life, I'm not doing it. I want to say like a couple days later, she calls me and then she was like, what you doing? I want to come back to Philly next weekend and we can start over.
Alright, fellas, this is a teachable lesson. This is why I keep saying to you guys, you need to go through a whole phase before you settle down. Now, Donnell may have dated around, but he never met a woman with advanced game. Well, until he met his wife. See, smart women that deal with celebrities like Dana has know there's only 3 type of women celebrities entertain for more than a day. 1 is a woman that is just as famous as him, like Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj. Number 2, a super thought who has a magical box or mouth, like Superhead or the girl who slept with the Phoenix Suns team. And number 3, a girl with advanced game. See, A woman that demands respect, she doesn't come off as a fan or a groupie. And most importantly, she's in control of that WAP. I noticed because every girl that has dated a celebrity told me that's how they get them. So what I believe happened is, in Donnell's situation, Dana was looking for a relationship. When she found Donnell, she felt like he was boyfriend material. So she told him she was celibate. And even though Donnell told her he wasn't trying to be celibate, he continued to talk to her and give her free attention, which most high-valued guys don't do, unless they really like the chick. So when she caught him in that lie about the chick, she knew she could pull back on him, not speak to him, and it would make him want her more. Donnell made the situation worse by blowing up her phone the first few days, which showed Dana that this guy really likes me. So she made him wait even longer, even though she liked him too. And when she finally came back, he was happy to make her his girl.
And from that day moving forward, from the time that we had started over, that particular day that I first seen her again after 2-3 weeks of not seeing each other and after telling her the truth, from that particular day moving forward, we were in a full-blown relationship and been inseparable ever since.
Exactly.
And that was the exact moment when I knew that
She played you.
she was my wife. You know, from that moment she was my wife. We didn't walk down the aisle and officially, but that was it. You know what I'm saying? I could have gave her a ring right there on the spot.
If you like this video, the video you're gonna want to watch next is Stop Caring and She'll Start Chasing. Because Dana definitely had you chasing, bro. So I'm out.